Hey Bills Mafia, let's get something clear right out of the gate. This team is focused, driven, and pushing every day to be better than yesterday. Every move, every meeting, every practice, it's all about bringing a Super Bowl to Buffalo. And today, we've got a story that could impact just how far this team can go in 2025. But before we dive in, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our exclusive Bills coverage. Now let's talk James Cook, the contract tension, and why there's still hope this all works out before Week 1. James Cook has been a game changer for the Buffalo Bills since stepping in as the lead back in 2023, and now as he enters the final year of his rookie deal, questions are swirling. Will the Bills pay him? And if not, how will this affect the offense and team chemistry? Let's be honest, running backs don't get paid like they used to. Front offices around the league are cautious, if not outright reluctant, when it comes to investing heavily in the position. But James Cook, he's made a strong case to be the exception. In 2023, Cook rushed for 1,122 yards, followed by 1,009 yards and a league-leading 16 touchdowns in 2024. That's elite company. If he hits 1,000 again this season, he'll join only Thurman Thomas and O.J. Simpson as the only Bills running backs to do it 3 straight times. That's not just consistency, that's history. So where do things actually stand with Cook and the Bills front office? According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the door is open, and that's big. Even though early negotiations weren't close, there's optimism that both sides can find middle ground before training camp kicks off July 23rd, or at the latest, before Week 1 against the Ravens. Cook skipped voluntary OTA letters, but he showed up for mandatory minicamp. That's not the move of someone ready to hold out. That's the move of someone betting on resolution and staying loyal to the process. Buffalo has a history of locking up their homegrown guys. This offseason alone, they extended Greg Rousseau and 3 others from the 2020 draft class. The front office under Brandon Beane has a draft, develop, and reward model. But Cook's case is trickier than most because of his position. Fowler put it perfectly: James Cook is the most challenging deal they've done recently because of the running back market. Here's the reality: Cook isn't asking for $18 million a year. No one expects that. But there's a middle ground between letting him walk and breaking the bank. Think about Derrick Henry. He got 2 years, $30 million. That's the elite tier. Cook might not be quite there, but he's in the conversation with guys like Saquon Barkley, who also landed solid second deals after proving their value. If Buffalo can get Cook signed in the $9 to $11 million per year range, it would lock in a top-tier contributor without destabilizing the cap. Remember, Cook isn't just a rusher, he's a weapon in the passing game too, and one of Josh Allen's most trusted targets in the screen game and check-down situations. Behind Cook, the Bills have some intriguing options: Ray Davis, the 4th round rookie who rushed for 442 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2024, and Ty Johnson, who led all Bills running backs in receiving yards last season. Darrynton Evans adds more depth. But let's be real, none of them have shown they can carry the full load. Cook is the engine in this backfield, and with all 5 offensive line starters returning in 2025, Dion Dawkins, David Edwards, Connor McGovern, Osiris Torrance, and Spencer Brown, this could be a career year for him if he's locked in and motivated by a new deal. And speaking of that O-line, there's another contract situation Bills fans should keep an eye on: David Edwards, the left guard, who quietly had one of the best seasons of any interior lineman in the NFL. According to ESPN's Aaron Schatz, Edwards ranked 16th in pass block win rate and above average in run block win rate. He didn't allow a single sack last year, and he's only 28. Letting a player like that hit free agency in 2026 could be costly. If Beane and the front office are smart, and they are, they should extend Edwards now, while his price is still manageable. It's not sexy, it won't go viral, but these are the foundational moves that set teams up for sustained success. Now here's the big picture. Bills Mafia, this isn't just about James Cook. This is about winning a Super Bowl. Josh Allen is in his prime. The defense is rebuilt and loaded with young, high-upside talent like Maxwell Hairston and Landon Jackson. The offensive line is elite, and Cook is the perfect complement to Allen's arm. With his agility, vision, and acceleration, locking Cook and now sends a message not just to the locker room, but to the league. Buffalo is serious about winning now. It brings stability, continuity, and removes a potential distraction right before one of the most pivotal seasons in franchise history when the Bills traded Stefon Diggs in April of 2024. The noise was instant. Buffalo just lost its one weapon. Now what? It was a fair question. Diggs was dominant, dependable, and the centerpiece of the passing game for years. But what we saw last season was a quarterback who didn't just survive. Without a go-to-alpha receiver, Josh Allen thrived. He won league MVP. He posted the best QBR in the NFL. He controlled games without forcing the ball to a superstar. That speaks volumes about both Allen's growth and the creativity of offensive coordinator Joe Brady. Still, let's be real. Fans and analysts alike have been clamoring for the Bills to get another elite wide out, someone to stretch the field, demand double coverage, and make contested catches down the sideline. But maybe, just maybe, they don't need to look any further than Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir. Let's start with Khalil Shakir. This dude is underrated, plain and simple. Last season, he put up 821 yards for touchdowns, 76 receptions and a team-high 35 first downs, and get this, he did most of that damage from the slot. But don't let that fool you. Some of the NFL's best receivers operate primarily inside. Think Cooper Kupp. Think Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shakir has that same glue guy feel. He finds space, gets open quickly, and moves the chains. He may not be 6 feet 4 inches with blazing 4.3 speed, but when Josh Allen needs a reliable target, Shakir is that guy. If Buffalo's offense truly lives and dies by distribution, that everybody eats approach, then Shakir is already a huge piece of the puzzle. But here's where it gets spicy. Keon Coleman. This is the name that keeps coming up when we talk potential and ceiling. Last year as a rookie, Keon posted 29 receptions, 556 yards for touchdowns, did that while playing through a nagging wrist injury and adjusting to the pro game. But it's his traits, the ones that can't be taught, that have people excited. At 6 feet 4 to 115 pounds. With excellent body control and high point ability, Coleman looks like a one receiver. And according to Mike Clay's 2025 projections, Coleman is set to take a leap with 900 for yards, 8 touchdowns if that happens. We're no longer asking if the Bills need to trade for a star. We're talking about Keon Coleman becoming one. Fox Sports analyst Henry McKenna laid it out clearly in his recent What Could Go Right article for Buffalo. As a rookie, Coleman didn't appear particularly close to asserting himself as a top-flight wideout. It was actually Shakir who did that, even from the slot. But Coleman has the traits while Shakir doesn't. For Allen to throw for more than 4,000 yards again, a Bills pass catcher needs to establish himself as a centerpiece. That quote nails it. This team doesn't need to go shopping. It needs someone already in-house to step up. Let's challenge the narrative. Since Diggs' departure, Joe Brady's offense has evolved. It's more balanced. It relies on timing, spacing, and Josh Allen's unmatched ability to make things happen on the fly. Add in weapons like Dalton Kincaid at tight end, James Cook out of the backfield, Elijah Moore and Josh Palmer bringing veteran savvy, and suddenly, this group doesn't have to funnel the ball to one alpha. This offense can win by committee. Yes, it'd be great if Keon Coleman turned into the next A.J. Brown, but the structure isn't broken without it. In fact, it might be more dangerous because defenses can't key in on one guy. So, what does all this mean heading into the season? If Keon Coleman takes a leap, as projected, and Khalil Shakir maintains his slot dominance, the Bills will have more than enough firepower to support Josh Allen. And if one of them emerges as the guy by midseason, even better. But don't underestimate what's already here. This wide receiver room isn't elite on paper, but it's smart, dynamic, and built for the system Buffalo runs. So what do you think, Bills Mafia? Should the team lock up James Cook before Week 1? Is extending David Edwards just as important for the offense's future? What's your confidence level in this front office making it happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And if you made it this far, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow Bills fans, because we're going to be here every week, breaking down the stories that matter. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, go Bills!